Hello everyone, welcome to BW Business World and BW Marketing World. We have Mr. Sahil Sethi today with us, who is the category leader of personal healthcare, P&G India. So Sahil, firstly, you have started your journey from P&G India and from intern to the senior marketing director. How would you say the marketing landscape has evolved over the years and how your experience has been?
Yeah, it's been an amazing journey. It's been more than 12 years now that I have been part of the organization, and it has been a very, very fruitful journey for me. And in terms of how the marketing has evolved, definitely, I mean, you see, this has been one industry which has been ever evolving. And over last decade or so, if I look at just the media landscape, it has changed a lot. In fact, forget about 12 years. Even if I look at just last 4 or 5 years, it has evolved a lot. And even today, every day, I think there are new platforms emerging in the industry, and it has been. That's why I mean you have to be in that always learning mode, and you have to in that process unlearn some of the things that you have done in the past and learn new things as you progress, and that really has been a fascinating aspect of the industry as well.
So it has been a very interesting journey overall.
Definitely.
Okay, so as we move forward in the marketing landscape, we have seen traditional media taken a rise in the last 1 year. We have seen digital OOH taken a rise in the last year. So, in particular to this, how do you feel that how will OOH, like the digital billboards, are making an impact to resonate with its audiences? Because now a lot of augmented reality, touch screens are being used, and
Yeah.
audience are naturally very wooed about it.
Yes.
So, what do you think is the impact of OOH campaigns is going to be?
Yeah, so I think, I mean, as you rightly pointed out, in last 1.5 years now, we are seeing some of the traditional channels also, coming and sort of improving the relevance among our consumers. If I think about, prior to that, there was this 2 to 3 years where it was completely moving towards digital touch points as well. So I think, I mean, again, as I said earlier, it's a ever evolving aspect of the business, where you need to continue learn where consumers are going and where consumers are interested in terms of engaging with the content. And certainly, as you rightly pointed out, digital OOH is something where consumers are excited, the brands are excited about what more can be done in that front. And as far as the consumers are willing to consume the content through these channels, I think it will continue to grow in future.
Do you believe OH is going to take a major leap because of these digital billboards that are coming up? Onlookers, the passers-by are, getting fascinated every day because OH is being, omni-channel presence. Now, brands are actually preferring OH in the campaigns.
I mean, I would not make any prediction here because I don't know how it will evolve, but it will completely be dependent on whether consumers are willing to consume the content with these touch points. And we as marketeers or brand builders always in lookout for where consumers are interested in consuming the content. And as far as they are willing to engage with the content in a particular touch point, that is where our job is to be there in front of the consumers as well. So I'm not sure how it will evolve, that particular touch point, but as I said earlier, it has been ever evolving industry, and I think it will continue to happen in future as well.
Great. So, Vicks has particularly been a very trusted brand. Like, even from my childhood, I have been listening to its tagline, Vicks ki goli lo, khich khich dur karo. But with the new generation coming up, with especially Gen Z, like, how do you leverage the trust, or how do you connect with the young consumers who are actually looking for something more, even in the healthcare industry? And, where everything is available online. They know what is happening, what is not happening. How do you plan to connect with the younger generation?
Yeah, so I think, I mean, I guess, as you rightly said, Vicks ki goli lo, khich khich dur karo as a jingle has been there for ages. And we all have seen as growing up the ads and how relevant those were for us. I mean, Yuvraj talked about it, that even as a kid, he used to consume. And in fact, he did it today as well. And it was very organic, to be honest. So I think even for the Gen Z and the younger audiences, this insight is very relevant because it's not like Kich Kich has gone away from our lives. Kich Kich is still very much there. It is very, very relevant. And Vicks Ki Goli as a solution to that is also very relevant still. Now, what has changed is really the way we bring in Vicks Ki Goli in their life in terms of driving that relevance. And this is why, if you saw the last year's campaign that I played earlier, which was leveraging Ranveer Singh, where he is having a conversation with his dad. That's a very Gen Z situation where you are having the conversation around what the future is, but it's not anymore that there is only one way of going towards the career, and there are like many more opportunities these days, and young audiences or young consumers want to explore many of these new opportunities out there. So that is how we try to bring in the relevance, because Vicks ki goli lo, khich khich dur karo, I don't think it is going to go away from a relevance point of view. It is just that how we involve our brand in the situations which are relevant for our consumers. And in fact, this is, Vicks Coal India Bowl is another effort from our side to do exactly that, because we know right now all the young audiences, all the fans are gearing up for the cricket season, right? The cricket fever is high right now, and everyone is, gearing up to cheer for their team. And that is where the relevance of Vicks comes in very, very naturally. And that's why if you hear the anthem, there are a couple of lines, na hichkichare, na kichkichare, which basically, I mean, again, you are bringing the kich in the relevant context for the younger audience. And that's how we are trying to make sure that the brand continues to have relevance among younger audiences as well.
So, with your answer only, I have two very interesting questions. So, as you mentioned, as you were telling that this is how you resonate with Gen Z. So, Wix has actually always tried to resonate with its audience. How do you target, or how do you plan to resonate with the audience in today? How do you harness the power of storytelling, rather, and emotional connect with the audiences, like we saw in the anthem as well today?
I'm glad you asked this question, right? So, I mean, again, this anthem right now, if you think about it, is really driving that connection with the consumers, because right now, as I said, cricket is the theme in this cricket season. Secondly, what we have also tried to do is also how we can bring in more audiences. How can we be more inclusive in our communication? And the collaboration with the India Signing Hands is one great effort towards that. I mean, you heard Mr. Alok when he talked about how they felt very good about this collaboration, and all the kids were very, very excited, and it was just amazing to see that emotion on their faces when we were shooting and we said these are the steps that we have to do. And of course, it was like a humbling and very grateful experience for us as a team as well. And that's another way we are trying to drive the relevance among broader audiences as much as possible for the brand as well.
Okay. I mean, actually, even when I saw it, that I think that was one of the most prominent things for me also. It was like pleasing to the eyes to see that campaign with the people who are actually challenged. So that, I think, connects with the broader audience as well.
Yes.
So, okay. So my next question was on those lines that Ranveer Singh is the brand ambassador for Wix, and in one of your previous campaigns, you onboarded did a campaign with Samantha Prabhu as well. And for this, you have onboarded Yuvraj Singh for the campaigns. So how do you, how do you plan to collaborate or bring in partnerships for Wix? How do you connect with the audience with your brand collaborations and your partnerships with so that it connects with the consumers and the audiences?
Yeah, so it completely depends on, for the particular campaign, what really the objective is. And, when we started brainstorming about this campaign particularly, it was all about, as I said earlier, how do we connect with the fans? how do we make sure that we celebrate the power of voice, which is where Wix can play a big role in our consumers' life. And in that regard, obviously, we wanted to make sure that the partner that we use for or we choose for this campaign is somebody who can connect very well with the audiences, right? I mean, again, Yuvraj, as I said earlier, was the perfect choice for us because he is one of the greatest, who have played the game from our country. He has seen what it means, the power of cheering from the fans, and he has been one who has been using the product and trusted the product for since his childhood days. So when all of these things came together, it was like, let's go with it. There is no other better person for this campaign. And similarly, even for the other campaigns, I mean, again, you mentioned Ranveer, you mentioned Samantha. Even for those campaigns, it's a similar process that we go through. Like, who is the right partner for that particular campaign, whom we can connect the audiences with, and that has a perfect fit for that campaign as well.
Lovely. So coming to the latest campaign, so cricket is undoubtedly an emotion in the country.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just a game. People resonate so much; they're always glued to either the television or they want to watch the match live. So this campaign, Wix Whole India Bowl, how do you plan this campaign to connect with the consumers? And what marketing opportunities do you see? Because since festive season and cricket are colliding together, so how do you plan to resonate to this campaign, with this campaign?
Yeah, so I think from a first objective was really setting the right tone from a storytelling point of view that connects with consumers, that connects with the cricket fans, which I think, I mean, again, I as a cricket fan, I can resonate a lot with it, and I do hope consumers or broader cricketing fans also feel that same connection with the campaign. And second thing is really about how do we bring now this to in front of the fans. And in that regard, as I said earlier, there are three things that we are trying to do. First, definitely, it will be taking this anthem in front of the consumer where they are. So we are leveraging different touch points for that. We will be, will be on YouTube. We'll be using, Hotstar. We'll be, putting it out there on all our social media channels. Second thing that we are also trying to do is leveraging the influencers on digital platform, because we know the content coming from the digital influencers reaches out to their fans and communities. That's the second thing that we are trying to do. And third thing that we are trying to do is that we are making it as different phases of the campaign. I'll not be able to share, all the phases that are coming up in future, but you will see, over next few months, there will be series of activations happening around the same campaign. I mean, one you already saw, which will be out in couple of weeks, but there are others where we are trying to actively involve consumer from an engagement point of view, so that they also create their own content. So that will be the third leg, and with all this ecosystem of these activities, I do hope that consumers shower their love on this campaign as much as we have loved creating it.
Great. So, as you also mentioned in the conference earlier, that there's another this is just a teaser.
Yeah.
There will be more coming onto it. So, again, short ads is something that people prefer during the festive season. As I
Yeah.
mentioned before, that people are glued to their televisions, and that is something brands leverage at the utmost level because they're able to connect with the audience at that time. So, how do you see what will be the long-term implications of this campaign as well, in terms of when it comes to showcasing on the cricket ads, on as you mentioned, OTT channels, and so on and so forth?
Yeah, so we always believe in. I mean, I know there has been a lot of debate on the long form and short form, but we always believe in storytelling and what is the right length and the content that you are creating from a storytelling point of view. Now, for this anthem, certainly there will be shorter versions as well. It's not like it is going to be only this 1 minute version that you saw today. There will be shorter edits and the versions that we'll be creating. But I feel while these days there are a lot of shorts content that people are consuming today, But as far as the content is good and it connects and resonates with people, people don't mind, watching long form videos as well. So from that point of view, I do feel, as I said earlier, that it will resonate with cricketing fans, which is what we hope and believe in. And as far as that happens, I think this long form video will do as well as the shorter versions in future.
Lovely. So as you mentioned that you will be taking, you will amplify this on digital media and social media, and influencer marketing will also take place in this.
Yes.
So how do you plan to go about it?
Yeah, so I think the key thing about this really is looking at where consumers are consuming the content today, and based on that, we have created a holistic media plan for next few months, which leverages different touch points based on the effectiveness and the efficiency of the media touch points. And really leveraging that is how we have planned for it over next few months. And obviously, I mean, again, we will continue to learn on how it performs on different platforms, and based on that, there might be some changes that we will make it along the way.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sahil. It was
Thank you.
lovely speaking to you. Thank you so
Likewise.
much.
Thank you so much.